The number one question that I've been asked when I do internal workshops at your federal agencies, and I will tell you, it's more often a question also that's asked in one-on-one sessions post-training, typically right after training as well, the next day or later that day. And the question is tied, actually. The one question is, how much is my federal pension going to be? But a lot of you have run your numbers on GRB as well, but I still get asked that a lot. Or will it be enough, Charles? Will it be enough to retire on? But the question that's coming up just as much is, should I accept this deferred resignation offer? Now, that's a big, big question, and one that nobody could answer until at first they get into how much are your income sources and how much are your monthly expenses, and if you're married, how much is there a pension from your spouse? How much is that? How much is their Social Security? What is your Social Security timing? How much do you have in retirement savings? But it's still a great question. Should you accept the deferred resignation offer? So it's retire now or retire later. What's it going to be? And as I mentioned, there's so many factors. But one of the factors is, if you don't accept that deferred resignation, will they lay you off, a reduction in force? Before that later comes, where they might can you or lay you off, at least now you might feel empowered to make your own decision. And you say, you know what? Maybe I'm going to take this deferred resignation. You feel a little pressure, don't you? I know I do, and I'm not even in your position, but just the pressure of trying to take care of you as best as you can and letting you know what all your options are. That's important to know all your options. Look, if a doctor comes to you and examines you and says, you know what, one of your kidneys needs to come out, and you say, whoa, doc, I'd like a second opinion. Honestly, that's what I end up being for so many of you, is a second opinion. This is my 17th year of doing this, and believe me, I am no sap, and I examine all the angles, and I am a realist and a pragmatist. And believe me when I tell you this, I come from a very conservative area, Pittsburgh, PA. My grandparents were all steel workers, and all three of my mom's brothers were steel workers. And it's a very conservative mentality, and it matches up well with the federal workforce. And I want you to know what to expect. Right now, if you're wondering what are your rights if you get laid off, a RIF, a reduction in force, I want you to be able to click this video as a resource, and it's going to explain to you what your rights are under DSR, okay, discontinued service retirement. It's important to know that, because then it might take some pressure off of you. So you get to decide when, if you take the deferred resignation. If you wait, you do take a chance of not knowing if they're going to keep you or not. There's also a chance that they've flushed out so many employees that they might back away, and then you could be right back in the driver's seat, not worrying about when you're going to be forced to retire or encouraged to retire, but it'll be on your terms again. Nobody really knows. But we do know this, that if you accept the deferred resignation, you go out on administrative leave, and on administrative leave, you get paid for not working, and also you accrue annual leave, and you accrue sick leave the whole time you're on that. So that's pretty convenient. We have to say that. But many of you have plans that are very goal-specific and age-specific. And if those two are not being met, you might feel that you're really being shortchanged by taking any deferred resignation offer. And so many of you have told me, I'm not going to take it, Charles, because this is my plan, and I want to retire here in a year and a half, and I'm going to hope that I get to do that. Some of you have even crafted a plan with us, And that age 62 is a big, big milestone. A big milestone, because at age 62 gets you, and there's a video on that too. If you click this link here, at age 62, with at least 20 years of service, ding, 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 it gets you an extra 10% in your pension. So that's could be very impactful. Some of you, it could just be that you've just made your step 10 or your step 9, and you want to appreciate that over the course of a high three consecutive years. So I understand there's so many factors that go into deciding if you should take that deferred resignation offer or not. But I'm going to tell you something. In order to understand all these options and what you have to face and what are the pros and the cons from each of these, by all means, simply text us for a 15-minute phone call. It's complimentary. It doesn't cost you a thing. And we can talk about those things. I've been doing it hundreds of times now in the last 2 months. So just text us your email and your name and your email to 949-359-5100. 949-359-5100. We're here to help, and we want to take care of you. Remember, you don't have to work longer. You just need a better plan. We'll talk to you soon, folks. To your success.